Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Okay, so as y'all know, I like to start off with a short, a short video to give people time to log in, sign up, and of course, hit that like button. And today, the video that I'm doing directly corresponds to the topic at hand. So, I want you to take a look at this video here. This is Queen, spelled with a KW, of Kings. This is a video just like many others where they feature families and, doing crazy stuff, and people click on it and like because they're living a life. They have fulfilled the American dream, more or less, and people just watch for the lifestyle. They want to emulate the lifestyle. They want to feel like they're a part of the lifestyle, and there's nothing really wrong with that. However, for whatever reason, Miss Chrissie and others, of course, find it necessary to say that Black men are upset. They're upset when they see this. They are just completely outraged when they see this woman happy with her white zaddy. Chrissie, we don't care. But don't ask GameChanger. Let's take a look at the 247 comments and see what people had to say. Let's just see all the bitter Black men that just hates that we are losing this queen. We are missing out on this queen. Let's see the hatred that ensues because we just can't have this particular queen. Okay. Being present with your husband and his family should outweigh the weather concerns. Okay, nothing there. I love Brett's mom. I guess Brett is the husband slash father slash baby daddy. No complaint there. Mama was in the background getting it in. Okay, cute. Talking about the kid's grandmother and the mother of the big guy. And let's see. So basically what we're all talking about, Brett's mom. She stole the show and don't even, okay. Your mother-in-law is everybody really likes the mother-in-law. I love his mother. Dang, people really, but where's the hate? Where's the hate? Because Black men we just can't stand it. We can't stand it. It's just so grueling. We just can't help it. Like swirling just eats at our soul, and we're dying over here. We're dying. All right, so let's see. Mom is always ready to rock. Go, mom. Where are the Black men that are? Where is it? You better dance, Brett. And you got your mom rocking to. Oh wow! It's all comments about them. I'm not making this up. These are the comments from the video. I love mom. Okay, mom is so cute. Jesus. Where's all the Oh, please don't go, Black Queen. Please don't go, Queen of Kings. Please, please, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll behave. I don't want to be a player no more. I just don't want this Black chick to go. Come on, come on, come on. I don't want to be a player no more. Where is all of that? Let's see. Let's scroll down some. I'm here for Brett mom. Absolutely love this. Grandma's all the way down. I love Brett's mom. Keep the video coming. You guys give me hope. God, go Brett's mom. I know MIL was vibing in the back, praying for a lifetime of blessing for you guys. Where is the hate? You know the song, Where is the Love? Where is the hate? Because according to Chrissie, we're just sitting here stewing. We're just sitting here just filled with utter hatred of what's going on. But really, it seems like everybody's on some, Brett's mom has got it going on. I mean, that's what the comments are really saying. And this is the most recent video that I've seen on this particular couple. I mean, they really try to make it seem like women who are interracially dating are getting hated off the internet, according to Chrissy. And if you don't believe me, let's check this out. If you don't believe me, let's take a look. Hit the like button. All right, so I'm at Chrissy's channel and let me hit the community tab. By the way, fair use to what's on the screen right now. All right. Okay, so one moment. Let me stop share this so I can share what what Chrissy had to say. What she had to say about how we feel about this. Apparently, we're just a bunch of haters, Like while they're complimenting Brett's mom, we just say, "Oh, I can't stand this race trading so and so." All right, let's take a look. So let me hit that sandwich button while y'all hit that like button. Okay, so Miss Chrissy, apparently this photo is causing a dust storm. Yeah, y'all see the pun there? A dust storm on the black side of the internet. Is it really? This reality is, oh, excuse me, let me read it right. This reality is why the community is desperately creating skits and online hit pieces to sabotage the dating lives of black women. Well, Gah? Gah? I haven't seen anything like that. With so many real world examples of non black men don't date black women and the white boogeyman. Okay. Scare tactics are becoming ineffective. Your opinions, your options, lady, act like it. Or excuse me, you have options, lady, act like it. Have a good weekend. Um, ain't nobody stopping you now. You own the move. Sweetie, no one cares except you. Because essentially what you're doing is you're screaming at the top of your lung, look at us, look at us. Look at us. We could get white guys. Look at us. We aren't you jealous? I mean, your comments are just filled with hate or love for the guy's mother-in-law for whatever strange reasons. But don't you just hate this? Don't you just hate this queen? This queen? All right, now let's go to Queen of Kings page, YouTube page. And let's see if we could find hatred there. So apparently, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so she made a song. And this song was directed to, of all people in the world, this song was dedicated to Dr. Umar. I don't know why. I don't know what this man has done to this woman or her family or anything. But let's take a listen. Well, we're not going to listen to the song because it's copyrighted material, but it's just a song that goes, na 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 na, Doctor Doctor Umar, look at who I'm sucking. It's somewhere to the extent of that. Hit the like button. All right, so and it's called Divest Full Song. All right, so 13,000 views. Love your courage to speak out on this, Rose. I'm a white woman, so I'm limited on the subject. Okay, so that's not it. Dr. Umar, about time someone said it. Someone said what? My English husband and I have 7 beautiful children together, married 18 years. I guess. I mean, are you English too? Okay, but obviously this isn't a heterosexual black man, so we'll skip that one. Rose, I completely agree with you. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for the dust storm because this is the page from where the picture is derived. So I'm looking for the dust storm. And keep in mind that this was meant to be provocative. This was meant to stir the hornet's nest of black men. This was meant to just make black men say, "Oh no, please don't go." But where is it? Where is it? Them ninjas been proudly divesting forever. Go where you are loved and appreciated. Absolutely. We're not stopping you. Where's the hate? Where's the hate? Somebody responded, go where the money is. Okay, somebody said, y'all literally have been divesting way before a black man. I guess that person is referring to, Loving versus State of Virginia, I guess. Love it. Sounds great. Love the message. Love this. Dang, this is getting nothing but love. Where is the hate? Where is the hate? Where is the hate? Where is this dust storm that Chrissie is talking about? I'm confused. Could it be that Chrissie is just making up controversy? She's just making up this straw black man that's just in his fifis because he's losing a queen? You two give me a lot of hope. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people like Dr. Umar talking about the evils of interracial men. Okay, you don't have to listen to him. God knows I don't. And even saying blacks shouldn't even be friends with the people of other races. Dr. Umar's full of crap. Didn't he hire some people of other races? Didn't he pay them to put up some air conditioning units when he wouldn't pay a black contractor? Just saying. Okay. Go ahead, Rose. Okay. Where is the black man hate? Let's see. Love it, Rose. Love it. Baby girl, smile cried. I'm glad you called them out. Love your family. I wish I could find someone to love me for me. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay. Love it. This is Where is the black man hate? Like we done went through like 20. Love this. You're absolutely right. This is okay. Oh, wait a minute. Love this. You are absolutely right. Why does it hurt when we find love as black women? Where's the hurt? Nobody is hurt. Everybody's happy for you. Everybody here is happy for you. And if there are black men leaving this comment, then these black men are happy for you as well. And like, where's that? You would think that this is the Jim Crow South, and a black man whistled at a white woman. Okay, see, here's the thing about black folks in general, but black women in particular. We like to do stuff to show people's hatred and then point to the world that look at them, they're haters. I'll give an example of this. Freedom Riders. Freedom Riders was a group of young people, college student age and things like that, who decided it was a good idea to drive to the South and get beaten up by racists. Just so they could point to the world and say, look at all these racist people. But what if the whites didn't attack? Because that's what's going on here. Chrissie swear up and down that it was a dust storm of hatred for this picture, video, whatever it is. Love the song, love it. Girl, is there anything you can't do? Okay, let's see. Well, I'm about who God put together. I think this is a black. Yeah, it's a black. Oh no, that's just an ugly woman. Yeah. So I'm about who God put together. Let no one separate. Okay, granted. I agree with that. And so does God, apparently. You did that, sis. Love it. Much respect. Oh, where is the hate? Come on. There's got to be some hate. It's got to be some hate. All right. This is either a man or ugly woman. This is actually quite cool. Where is the hate? Come on. There's got to be some hate, or else Chrissie is full of crap. I mean, if there's no hate here, then it must mean that Ms. Chrissie is full of crap. Come on, it's got to be some. Hello, Rosie, dear. You and your beautiful family. Okay, let's see. Perfectly done. Okay. Such a banger. All right. Oh, crap. Yes, divest. Oh, okay. Then no one's stopping it. Apparently, you'll receive no hate from us. Yeah. This song must go viral. Go for it. Do you, boo boo? Let's see. I don't call them brother ever, but I love the song. Okay, there you go. All right, good for you. Love it. All right, say that good hot ish dope song. Okay, where is the hate, Chrissie? Where is the hate? Because this is the woman's page. This is the source of the song and everything. People are not covering it. People are not caring, or anything. Facts, go where you love and respect it point blank. Yeah, go. Absolutely. Oh, wow. So well done. Queen. You did that one. She spelled the queen with a Q. I heart it rose. Okay. Where is the hate? Come on. We did like 50 of these. I love it, X. Love it, love it, love it. Wow. Oh wow. This song slaps. I love this rose. Very beautiful. Receive your message. You both have a blessed day. Oh, where is the hate? Come on, come on. Need some hate. I mean, it's like that song. Why you don't wanna play your hate on them? Why you don't wanna play your hate on them? Why you don't want to play your hate on them? We need some hate. Come on now. My favorite couple. Oh, come on. Where's some hate? I love it. There's no hate. There's no hate. Like, I want to see some of that, when Michael B. Jordan was in Italy dating an Italian woman. I want to see that type of hate. I want to see that type of hate. Come on now. Have fun, sis. Congrats. Oh, crap. Where is the hate? I thought black men were just dusting it up. They were just dusting it up. I thought it was just like a dust storm because of this. All right, subscribe. Love it. Okay, that's great. Oh, by the way, subscribe to me too. You go, girl. Okay. Love this. Awesome. Goddamn white man's win again. It ain't I ain't even mad. Shout out to Barat for real. So this sounds like a black man. White man wins again. Ain't even mad. Shout out to Brad for real. Where is the hate? Let's see if somebody responded with hate. His name is Brett. Okay. Jamming, girl. Dr. Umar, where are you? Reply. So they obviously are trying to provoke, but not even Dr. Umar is taking the bait. He might. He's stupid. He probably just hasn't gotten to it yet. But nevertheless, it doesn't seem like there is any hate. I'll do like maybe 20 more of these and just see. I love the song. I'm happy for you. Let's see. I met my black husband with two of these, baby. Okay, so yeah. Ah, yes, Rose. I know that's right, Rose. Big fact, Dr. Umar, LOL. The group photo is on Hip Hop Vibe. Huh? I said I follow her on YouTube. Okay, I'll get to the photo. I didn't really see a hip hop vibe with it at all whatsoever. It would be the first hip hop vibe I seen with a cowboy hat on, but okay. What's understood don't need to be explained unless you're lying to yourself about something. Salute. Don't know where he's going with that. Let's see the reply. Maybe they understand. By the way, movie night is after this. For those of you who are coming to movie night, if you are interested, today's movie is Scarface. Go ahead and hit the um, hit the email, and I'll send you the link. All right, and let's see. Love, y'all forget everybody. I love it. Love, y'all forget everybody. Love is love. People too focused on color. Nobody seems to be focused on color except the people who are celebrating you being with somebody of a different color. It don't matter. Love is love. It's okay. Send your song to Snoop Dogg, and I bet you he can hook up with a studio for a recording. Okay. I'm looking for the dust. Where's the dust? Okay. Cynthia G is gone, but she lives on. This woman is the next Cynthia G? Is she really? Okay. Love is love. Makes me want to twerk. Okay. Everything makes you want to twerk. All right, let's see. Yeah. So it doesn't seem. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Here's some hate. Let's see. Y'all are not being loved by a different race. We all belong to the human race. And if, oh, I thought it was some hate. Oh, gosh. Where is the hate? Where is the hate? I mean, years back, they showed a Cheerios commercial with a biracial little girl and a white mom and a black dad, and they tried to put General Mills out of business. Like, where is the hate? Where is that level of hate? Y'all wait till Dr. Umar sees this. I'm pretty sure he's seen it by now. So, for those of you who just came in, hit the like button first of all. And apparently, Chrissie, no, this isn't from Chrissie's video. Chrissie put a post out with a picture, and I'll show you all again with a picture saying, this picture is putting up a dust storm, and it's the same picture that's on my it's the same picture that is on the thumbnail here. Like, this picture is making a dust storm. And I look at the comment section and there's no dust. Not a bunny. There isn't a bunny of dust on it. So what happened here was they set out. Hold on. They set out to upset black men with their swirling, divesting, whatever you want to call it. They set out to upset black men. They set out to provoke. But what they found out is that black men really don't care. So what did they do? They pretended like we did care. Reminds me of a video I seen years ago where, and I don't know if it was Bush or Trump or something like that, but a white dude thought it would be a good idea to park a car with a Trump bumper sticker or something in a black neighborhood and pay a bunch of black guys to wreck that car, to punch it, kick it, vandalize the car and everything, to say, you see how much these animals will react to, the Trump sticker. But he got called out for it. It's like, okay, this is staged. And the hatred that Chrissie claims exists is staged. So this is what I'm talking about. On Chrissie's community tab, she says, apparently this photo is causing a dust storm on the black side of the internet. LOL. This reality is why the community is desperately creating skits and online hit pieces to sabotage the dating lives of Black women. With so many real world examples, the non Black men don't date Black women. Um, okay. And white boogeyman scare tactics becoming ineffective. You have options, lady. Act like it. Have a great weekend. Okay. Didn't find the dust storm, not a bunny. So imagine you're in a position, right? To where you are trying to fire your maid. You're trying to fire your maid because times is rough, but you don't want to make it seem like times is rough. So you just like put a white glove on and you're checking everywhere. You're checking underneath the lampshade, you're checking underneath the desk, you are checking everywhere you can for dust. You are looking for dust. And then there's no dust to be found. But we're going to check a little bit further for this dust, this DUST that Chrissie is just talking about. That she is just assuming that we dusty Negroes just so happen to be doing. So let's look for some more dust. First of all, let me play. I'm not going to play the song, but I will play the video that's related to the song. Okay. So, I mean, I will play the visual of the video that's related to the song. And then there's something else I want to show you. Hit the like button if you just got in. All right. So, all right. So you have Black woman, red dress, and Black woman, whatever that is, like a jumpsuit or something like that. A jumpsuit, a shorts jumpsuit. All right. And they're in a villa somewhere, and what is she? She's her hair, her wig, or clipping or whatever that is. She's flaunted that, young, cute. And I've seen videos of her before. She has a nice shape when she's not pregnant. So let's see. Okay, and a picture of her and her husband. And of course, this is like while this is playing. Looks like she has an Africa tattoo. Okay. While this is playing, she is, saying Dr. Umar. I forget how the song goes, but it's like, oh, Dr. Umar, oh, Dr. Umar, crap like that. It's meant to provoke Black men, and Dr. Umar in particular. Don't know why. And then there's this picture here, and it looks like she changed into like a white dress. And this woman here has the same jumpsuit. And there's this woman here who with a man that looks like his father, and the woman who everybody was cheering on for the dance moves was his mother. So maybe they're divorced. Yeah, maybe they're divorced. And he got with her after the divorce, or maybe that's just her friend and she's like, take a picture with this guy and his dad. Like, same here, like this picture was taken with the video in mind. But this is the picture that is supposed to put Black men in an uproar. And the cool part is I'm the only person that I know of that spoke on this. And the uproar is that there's no uproar. I kid you not. The uproar is that there's no uproar. And this is pathetic. This really is pathetic. So she just put like a collage of family videos together, and she's showing a ring, twirling the hair again. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention to this white dress. I want y'all to pay attention to that white dress that she has on there. Okay, let's see. Uh I got it. I'll send them. Well, let them see if I can add you to the group as mail meeting. Okay. Still no hate. Wait, where's the hate? Majority of our brothers, late 30s, 40s, and 50s, still trying to pretty hustle in the streets or petty hustle in the streets. Are we really? Okay. Let's see. That don't pay no bills. I just had a conversation. Okay, so this where's the hate? Where's the black men that are hating? Jesus. Okay, somebody said wait till Dr. Umar see this. Okay. So yeah, the one holdout and forever. And we don't know if that's hate. It could be like, okay, this is provocative, and he want to thumb his nose up at Dr. Umar too. Hit the like button. Okay, this chick right here with the dreads and doing the cowboy tour thing, and yeah. So it's the same clips of that, and then they're back to the picture again. And this is their music video. This is him with the sons and her popping up there, and kiss on the forehead. Yeah, this is like regular couple stuff, but it's meant to provoke, I guess. All right, hand on the ass. Oh no, don't take that ass away from me. And by the way, I was being sarcastic. Don't say I'm part of some dust storm that exists. So that's the madness. Hold on, let me show some more. So remember this white dress here, right? I want y'all to remember this white dress. And then let's go to the other video. Hold on, there's another video that I want to share with y'all. And she has like 630K subscribers. And from her comment section, we know the type of subscriber she has. So, all right. And here, videos. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so right after the Divest song, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Apparently, they're on a couples retreat, hosting my second couples retreat. 32 weeks pregnant is the title of this video. Now, let's take a look at this. Dang, she's about to pop. All right. Oh, this is something interesting. Shout out to Sweet Melody Speaks. I sent you that couple a long time ago, and notice how much I didn't care, at least not about the interracial aspect of it. Okay, so she's hosting her couples retreat, 32 weeks pregnant. And apparently this guy here is a member of her couples retreat. Okay. It don't look like he's dusting it up either. It don't look like, sweetie, nobody cares. Now she left this part out of the music video, and that's that red dress that we seen her in when she was making the video initially. So we know it's the same day. Okay. And that's the place that they have retreated to. These are the couples in the couples retreat. You have a black man there, a light-skinned woman there, black man there. So he's coupled with someone, maybe this woman here, you know. Yeah. So it looks like in her couples retreat, during her couples retreat, she just cherry picked the interracial couples, maybe, and then decided to use it to provoke Dr. Umar. These are just regular guys who don't really care. Nobody's thinking about that race crap but her followers and her. Nobody's thinking about that race crap. I mean, if you have enough couples, some of them are going to be interracial. Oh, take a look at this one. Okay, so this is I don't know. I mean, that's her husband, so you know she's there with somebody, black or white. Nobody cares, sweetie. The black men that are there don't care. The white women that are there don't care. The only people that care is you all when we date white women. All right, let's look at some more. All right, so it looks like they're doing some wine tasting. You have the interracial couple there, looks like. You have this man who knows who's he's with, probably somebody that's off camera there. You have the women presenting the wine, and everybody's just having a good time. These black men have no problem being in a situation where there's interracial couples because, we are going to be okay. Now, here's that white dress that she had on before. So we know that this was likely done the same day she did that music video. Her and her husband again, her and her husband again. Another black man, yoga chick, black women. These are just regular vacation videos. She might be coupled with him. No one is caring. Guy with a cowboy hat on. Okay, I'm a little confused, but that's okay. Yeah, yeah. Ah, this one's kind of cute. Ah, and here's everybody together. Dang, she's a big one. All right. This is everyone together, right? Hold on. All right, that's him taking a picture. I don't know if that's his chick, but it's a couple's retreat, so he has a couple, and he's not caring about the interracialness going on. All right, hold on. Okay, that's him. Actually, that might not be dude's father. That's him with his. Okay, and this is everybody together. It's more black people than white. Nobody cares. Not a one person cares. And I hate that I have to do a video like this. Hit the like button. I hate that. Here we go. Here it is again. I noticed that there's no white women here. Strange. Yeah, notice that there's no white women. Hmm. I mean, of course, she's the hired instructor. Yeah, these are just vacation slides. But just to be certain, let's just see if here is where, the dust is just up. It was an amazing experience. I'm sure it was. Yeah. From a middle aged white woman, go where you are loved, ladies. Okay. White women don't even care. So honored to be a part of your village. Good. It was amazing. Thank you, Rose and Brett. Retreat looks so much fun. You go, sister, baby girl. It's such an amazing video. Where is the dust? Chrissy, where is the dust? Where's this dust that you promised? This is impressive and inspirational. Where is the dust? This is killing me. I would love to be a part of this experience next year. So other people want to go. I'm getting married May 24th. Congratulations. I'm thinking about making this a couples retreat to Jamaica. Okay. This was nice. Let's see. I smiled through the whole video. Looks like everyone had a fun time. Looks like they did. Nobody was tripping on no race stuff. You all are beautiful couples. God bless you and your family. Oh, dang, there is no dust. There is no dust. These chicks is so eager to provoke us that they see us being provoked where there's no evidence of this. Great job, family. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Blessings. This is really great. I need to do one for 50-year-old and over couples. Okay, great job. Oh gosh. Wow, you and Brent, so amazing with that retreat. I'm blown. Where is the dust? Where are the bitter black men? Come on, black men. Y'all slacking. We need some of you bitter brothers on here. Such an inspirational couple. Rose and Brett did an awesome job with everything. Rose and Brett, how much is your next couples retreat? This was absolutely amazing. Glad you guys had fun. Oh, let's see. They responded. Thank you so much. No one cares. No one cares when black women go out with black men. No one, or white men. No one cares. That is the saddest thing ever. That they are so eager to try to make us upset. And it's not working. Like, it's beyond pathetic. I wish I could afford this. God willing, one day I can go. One day you could go, I'm sure. You know, once things look better for you financially. The people who I think that's canceled gonna be jealous. Oh, that canceled on a trip. Okay, yeah. Oh, and the chef that sings. Okay. Let's see. I forgot the retreat is in Arizona, where they live at. Okay. Very nice, guys. I'm from in. No one cares. This is beyond pathetic to say that black men are just so up in arms, that you are so eager and desperate. You're desperate to get black men up in arms, that you would just make up, these reactions when none exists. You're just making up these bitter straw black men when none exists. And black women are good at making up straw black men. There's the straw black men that are impregnating all these women on welfare. The one that's lying and saying that, oh, he's going to go to Harvard and be the perfect man, but instead he just leaves her with mouths to feed, and that guy, that imaginary guy, where you only hear her side of the story, where the dude was tricked maybe, or he just did it because he didn't have anything to lose because he's broke. That guy. Now we have an imaginary bitter black men at divestors, when apparently, and this is the sad thing about the divestors. This is the truly sad thing about the divestors. No one is thinking about you. And here's why that's truly sad. Because what's going on? Excuse me. Because what that, dang. All right, there we go. Because what that means is that it's falling into a pattern of behavior, or excuse me, a life pattern that you have been trying to avoid. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. I don't know if it was Ricky Lake or Sally Jesse Raphael, because back in the 80s, in the Oprah days, right? 80s, maybe even 90s too. It wasn't just Oprah. Oprah was the queen of daytime talk shows. I guess later came the king, Jerry Springer. But Oprah was the queen of it. And then you had a bunch of sub Oprahs, two of which were white women named, respectively, or I guess, just named, Sally Jesse Raphael and Ricky Lake. Now, of those two, they had a niche. Now, what is the niche? Okay, just like Jerry Springer, or no, not Jerry Springer, Maury Povich has the DNA test. That's his niche of trash TV. One of their niches was the ugly duckling turned swan, right? And how they would have this chick that was ridiculed in high school for not being pretty enough, not being hot enough, or just being socially awkward, or for whatever reason she just wasn't an it girl. She wasn't at the top of the social status as far as females went. She wasn't looked at as a prize amongst the boys her age and in her life settings, which happens, especially in high school where all the young ladies are, their metabolism is on point, and the competition is real thick. Also because the competition is thick for a number of reasons. For one, a female high school junior can only date juniors and seniors, where a male high school junior can date juniors, seniors, sophomore, and freshmen. And a female who's a senior can only date, senior men and boys, excuse me, where a guy who's a senior can date anyone from the, aforementioned thing. So the market is most certainly not in their favor at that age and at that stage in life, which means that in a competitive environment like that, only the top get attention. And since all eyes are on you in high school as a young man, trust me, I remember it a long time ago, but I remember it. Who you did mattered. Unlike here, where you're an adult and your mating pool is larger than just the girls at your high school or neighboring high schools and stuff. It consists of literally the entire city, and with the internet, the entire world, I guess, especially with passport bros. So if a guy want to do, let's just say, dirt dig, if a guy want to do a dirt dig, it will remain private. His boys could never find out. you know if it gets a little slow, if it gets a little dry, he could lower the bar a bit and nobody will find out. But in high school, if you do something like that, everybody will know, and it does jeopardize your chances at the top chicks, whomever those top chicks may be. So there were these girls who on the surface they looked regular, they looked decent, okay, and some of them may have even been attractive. They social standards just didn't reflect their physical appearance. So these girls were upset that the guys that they didn't want at that stage in life didn't want them. So what they did was, they called Ricky Lake, or Sally Jesse Raphael, and they just said, um, "Listen, I'm hot now. I'm hot now, so I want you to call the boy that I wanted in high school, so I can show him off. I could show off how hot I am." And she was like, "Okay, bet." So what she would do is she'd do that, and then she would just come on the show, right? Um, and she would walk down, and she would be dressed like a thought, and he's supposed to be like, "Oh man, I'm glad, I'm sad that I missed out on that." But really, she didn't change. Her outfit is just sluttier. She didn't really change. The only thing that changed was the mating circumstances, because she's still in her 20s. So she got every guy from 18 to 80 after her. When before, when she was 17, she could only get with 17-year-olds. Anything older would be, because women don't date younger, and anything older would have been illegal. So, so her dating market has changed exponentially. She has become, um, she didn't become pretty or anything. She just, the amount of attention she get, because before, when she was in high school, she couldn't get attention from an 80-year-old man. But now, the moment she turned 18, she could get attention from an 80-year-old man. So that's how that worked. And after being bombarded with the attention that she's not used to, she just wanted to, she thought that she actually got hotter and she wanted to stick it to that guy in high school. Now, at the same time, he is competing for girls in their 20s with everybody from 18 to 88, even the ones that were born in 88. So, he has that problem. So the markets shift from favoring one to favoring the other. So some of the guys were like, oh, I really regret it. I can't believe I missed out on that. And they were to get off on that. They were to have that moment of greatness because they finally stuck it to, and trust me, I'm going somewhere. I know my analogies are long, but trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. They finally stuck it to the person that they have been meaning to stick it to for all these years and say, nah, 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 because he could never stick it to her. But then there was this one brother, and I'll never forget this. Keep in mind, I was very young. I'll never forget this. This one chick, it was a black chick, and the dude was a black dude. What do they call a Chad, a black Tyrone? I guess he was a Tyrone, jawline dude and everything. And she wanted him in high school, and he wasn't feeling her. He probably made fun of her, and she just comes down with a bag of chips, saying, yeah, I'm all that and a bag of chips. And she does her slut routine, and and the host was like, isn't she pretty now? He's like, and he was like, she all right, but nothing spectacular. And she was like, no, see, I get drinks bought for me, guys be taking me home at night, I be going to the club, I be partying, and this and this. And then dude just stood there, and then it was a countdown. And the countdown said he's gonna say exactly what everybody is thinking in 3, 2, 1. And then he was like, you brought me all this way to tell me that you're an alcoholic hoe. I was dying. Okay, now that we got that story out the way, right? Now that we got that out the way, this is the same thing because that killed her. She was looking, all these divestors and swirlers, they are just looking to get back at the men who didn't want them at some point in their life. That's it. And that includes people like Chrislyn Carrison, who's trying to get back at her baby daddy. That's all this is. They just want the guy in their past, to regret not taking them. They just want that guy from the past, that Al Bundy from the past, to regret not hooking up with them. That is it. That's all. And they are desperate for that, including Chrissy. So you get these sites, and then you get these situations, and even if guys were on her page, on this Queen of Kings page, just crying and farting because they didn't, they didn't hook up, is still them. It's still about excuse me, Queen of Kings. It has nothing to do with you. That whole validation, that whole I want this person to regret not want me, like Mariah Carey was like, someday, and all right. So Mariah Carey had that music video. The one you turned away would be the only one you're wishing for. And she showed like herself as a little mulatto girl without any curves or anything like that, like a late bloomer, and the boys weren't really feeling her like that. But then she grew up to be Mariah Carey, and then like all the boys wanted to sniff her panties and all that stuff. So they have that fantasy, and they look to fulfill it at any place and any time at any cost. They are looking to fulfill that fantasy of saying, yeah, you regret it. But it's just not happening. And since it's not happening for you in your own individual situation, you're just hoping that you get a residual. You're just hoping that when Eve marries her billionaire, you know, that the person who shot you down gonna be like, oh man, that's I really lost that. And you just sit up like, yeah, you want me now. It seems like he wants Eve. Ladies, and don't get me wrong, some instances it do happen, but most of the time it don't. It is not a good look. It is not a good look for you. I mean, you are embarrassing yourself. Okay, somebody says he's nowhere near a billionaire. Okay, so he's not a billionaire. So, but nevertheless, that's how much we don't care. I don't even know the dude's name. That's how much we truly don't care. And you are embarrassing yourself, just like that chick on the show. Like, look at me now. It's like, what? Look at you. You're a thought. The word thought wasn't invented back then, but essentially what he's saying is you're a thought. You're an alcoholic hoe. You just go around drinking and sleeping with dudes that buy you drinks. And he's supposed to be jealous? He's supposed to be jealous because he didn't buy you a drink and got to sleep with you? Like, I mean, come on. Let's be real. You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself and you are embarrassing other women like you in your pathetic attempts to incite jealousy amongst black men. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this chick, right? This Queen of Kings chick. Um, I'm going to just make two major points of this and then I probably a wrap up. Maybe I'll put the link out there, if somebody wants it. But hold on. It says, all right, join our couples retreat. So that's a live video. Let's see. What's a good one? Okay, here's one. Here's one. All right, so let me share screens. Okay, this is her and her husband. That's her twerking because that's what they do. Um, and that's her. And there we go. While pregnant, doing an upside down handstand between his laps. That is, I would say, an impressive feat of athleticism, and it's not the only one that I have seen her do. So she's younger than him. She is she's fit, feminine, and friendly, at least as far as the videos portray. She does all the things that Kevin Samuels told her to do, and she got what she wanted. Most of the rejection that Black women receive comes from their unwillingness to meet those base criteria. And Chrissy knows this. And all we're saying is that if you meet those base criteria, you get the men that you want of any race. It just so happens that the one you got in this particular instance was white. Don't really care. All right, let me see. Oh, no wonder I got it on shorts. Okay. But that's it. That's all. Now, and here's the sad part. And I really hope that this don't come back on Dude. I really hope that this don't come back on Brett. I don't think it will because she has everything to prove and they have kids together. So she had the one kid from a previous relationship and that's the dude that alpha widowed her. And that's the dude that she's really lashing out against from the past. Like all of these swirler divestors, they always got some dude in the past, that scorned them. And they just live their life in that scorn. They all do. So, her original baby daddy, and then I think she had two or three others, or two and one in the oven from this new guy from Brett. So I don't think that she'll be leaving the relationship just because, she feels unfulfilled. And also she has something to prove. That's why she does the divesting song. She has to make this work because she wants the appearance and the concept to work. Kristen Harrison wanted her marriage to work, to the white man, but it didn't because she's her. And well, that's pretty much it because she's her. And but yeah, they try to force it to work. It does seem like they are a happy couple. At least he's happy. I repeat, at least he is happy. Unfortunately, she's not happy because happy people don't look to make others miserable. I mean, yeah, they look for closure, but there isn't closure between you and an entire race of men. There's never going to be that type of closure. I'll give you an example of closure. The movie Antoine Fisher, right? Like he got on with his life. He's happy now. He found newfound family and newfound situations. Even though his past was eating at him, his past was eating at him. His past was really just holding him back, holding him down. He needed closure from that situation. He really did, or else he could never truly be happy. And then once he confronted his birth parents and the woman that I'm not going to spoil it, but once he confronted the people who wronged him in the past, he received closure. But you see, you confront one person. You're not She's trying to confront an entire group of men. That's probably because she can't get the closure from that one person. So she's, you know, confronting like the entire, or she's confronting Dr. Umar and attempting to trigger the race. So it's beyond pathetic, but it shows that she's not happy. Just like Antoine Fisher wasn't happy. She's not happy. And there's nothing he can do to make her happy, unfortunately. Now, marriages typically end with those three words, I'm not happy. But I don't think this one will, because she is happier with him than without him, but she still has like internal pains from, something that happened that happens, but something that happened to her. So that's her situation. She followed the rules that black men have said that you should follow, and she got what she wanted from a mate. 100% dude, protector, provider, all that stuff. They come in all colors. Yours just so happened to have been pink. And instead of her being happy in this newfound situation, you decide to take shots back at Dr. Umar. Now, why Dr. Umar? And this is something that I likely will never truly understand. This is something that I could quite possibly die not understanding. Why do they bring this chit, CHIT? Why do they bring this chit to the loyal men? That is something I don't get. Okay, let's put it into perspective for a second, all right? Take Laura Winslow, for example, right? Laura Winslow, let's just say she's really after this guy named Jamal. So while Steve Urkel is after her, she's after Jamal, right? And that happens from time to time. It doesn't make anyone a bad person in that scenario. Jamal's not feeling her, but Steve is. And then years later, Laura finds herself with a Chad. So for whatever reason, she calls Steve and say, nah, 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 look at me, I'm with Chad. Why would you do that to Steve? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that this was addressed to Dr. Umar. It really don't. Like, think about it for a second. Why are you thumbing your nose at the guy who's for interracial relationship? Because it seems like you're trying to punish black men for dating interracially. You're trying to say that we can do it too, or some crap like that, but he doesn't date interracially. So you're just punishing a random guy for a random reason. These chicks are weird. Like they just want blood. They don't care which black man that they want blood from. It don't really matter to them that they are attacking. And these are the ones that would date them. Dr. Umar is one that does date only black women. But that's the one you're punishing. So say if you're a black man and you only date black women, and you hear about passport bros and brothers going their own way and all this stuff. You're hearing about all this, and you're on this, oh no, I gotta stay loyal to my sisters. And then she does some crap like that and address it to you. Then you're about to say, oh, okay, where Becky at? I didn't know that that's how y'all felt. I mean, you're attacking your loyalists. It's stupid. It really is. To give you an example of how stupid it is, I'm gonna what I'm about to say is in no way, shape, or form a reflection of how I truly think or feel. This is just, let's just call this a de facto skit, right? This is a de facto skit. So let me do this. Let me scroll up. All right. Dane C. Fuck you. You contributed money to me. Fuck you. Soon I'm going to make a music video saying, fuck you, Dane C, because you are a strong supporter. Fuck you for being a channel member. Fuck you for super chatting. And fuck you for cash apping. Fuck you. Let's see, who else? Bella Rings. Always good to have your support. Pick me wife to boot. But fuck you. Fuck you, Bella Rings. Fuck your loyalty. Fuck your support of black men and everything that he tries to accomplish and achieve. Fuck your efforts of getting black men and black women together in a healthy relationships where the man is leading the family to a more prosperous future. Fuck you. We're going off of their logic here. Hold on, because I got some offline cash apps. And fuck them too. Hold on. Let's look it up. Here we go. Cash app. Hold on. Dang, I can't stand this app. All right, is this it? All right, here we go. LT. this morning at 7:21 my time, I guess. Sent the Cash App. Fuck you. Fuck you for supporting me. Lion 917. Fuck you too. Let's see who else we got here. Ray Hamna, I'll see you at movie night after this. Until then, fuck you. Oh, there go Lion right there. Yeah, Lion, that was to you. Fuck you. You support me, so fuck you. Let's see. Let's see. Who else do I know? Primetime VA. Fuck you. Dane C. A moderator to boot. Fuck you. Let's see. Zone 559. Always supported. Fuck you. Oh, you haven't heard? You haven't heard? Because apparently, a particular swirler thought they think it's a good idea, right? Fuck you, Primetime VA. They think it's a good idea to say fuck you to the people who are most loyal to Black women. Black women think it's fun to say fuck you to the people who are most loyal to them, i.e., Dr. Umar Johnson. They think that that is a bright idea. Like, that's really going to help them be loved more by by hating those who love them the most. They think that that's going to inspire others to love them. That is a major part of stupidity. It's a special type of stupidity that you just can't like undo. It's one of those things like if you ask a kid what's 7 times 8 and they say red, it's like, "Oh god. What am I going to do now? I got to tutor this kid?" What's 7 times 8? Red. Like, "Oh crap. We're going to have a this is going to be like a horrible adventure." Oh, and this actually happened. This actually, no, that's arithmetic. This actually happened when I was tutoring. Okay, you don't need to know calc to know this, but because everybody knows this because it's commercial and it's commonly used. The infinity sign is visually it's the number 8 tilted to the side. So I did a math equation that included I did a calculus equation that included the number 8, and in the answer was infinity. And then I asked my 2T to do the same to repeat it back to me, but this time it was the number 5 as opposed to the number 8. So they mimicked the procedure the best way they thought they could, but the answer for them was the number 5 tilted to the side. I was cracking up. I was cracking. Those of you who know some math, it's funnier if you do, but I was cracking up when that happened. I'm not saying that the person is stupid. It's just like it's hard to it's hard to go from a place like that. It's hard to like deal with. Oh, wait a minute. How come y'all didn't tell me my avatar wasn't showing? Oh crap. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Hopefully that changed it. But okay, so oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, y'all gotta tell me stuff like that. Because it shows on StreamYard, but it didn't show here. But yeah, it's that type of stuff. I mean, like, ladies, listen, you have to get over the past. And I get it. I do understand and I do sympathize to a certain extent. Why? Because men are built to be rejected and women aren't. They're simply not built to be rejected, especially when the reason that they rejected are being rejected is really just from a series of circumstances, not necessarily anything that they're doing wrong. So it does happen from time to time, you know, like like when you're 3 years old, you eat a booger or something, and then another chick just say you got cooties, and it just starts a chain reaction that affects your social standing in high school. Like stuff like that happens all the time, unfortunate but true. No need to lash out at the world. No need to, start this vendetta against, because really what y'all doing is what y'all accuse us of doing. Like not getting over the hurt and pain of past rejections. Isn't that what they say? That red pillars are just a bunch of incels that couldn't get a certain woman in the past and now they're lashing out. What do you think divestors are? Like, what do you think divestors are? Sweetie, nobody's asking you to invest. And quite frankly, for the most part, y'all haven't invested anything of substance for quite some time. And what can a woman invest to a community to make it stronger? The only thing of value that a woman can invest, or the most valuable thing that a woman can invest into a community to make it stronger, is youth, beauty, and fertility. That's it. Well, that's not it, of course. I mean, we do appreciate the women who take it a bit further and set up like reading camps for boys and just all the extras. We do appreciate the ones who take it above and beyond. However, without that primary and main investment, everything else goes to crap. I mean, like without those investments, okay, put it like this. Look at the communities where the women invest that versus ours. And that's an easy target. That's like Glass Joe. That's like beating Glass Joe. But just stop and think about it for a second. Take the Mexican or just the Latino community in general. Even when even if the women don't invest anything, they invest in keeping the family together. They give their youth and fertility to assure that they have a lot of children, of which they raise the best they can. That makes the community stronger. Every time they open up a business, they have a stronger customer base. Every time they need some work done, some painting, some, porch to be put up or something like that, they can count on their community to do so without hiring somebody else. And then his labor is then exchanged for the other person who he helped. So their community becomes stronger and it becomes larger as a result of this. You ever wonder why black people have always been 12%, like 12 to 14% of the population? It never goes up ever. And that 12 and 13% now includes the influx of Africans that are coming in, on H1B and, other ones that wasn't really coming over when they initially started making the statistics. But we have been stagnant. I don't think we ever reached like 15. And that's because they're not investing the thing that we need. Take that we need for a community to grow and grow healthily. Take oh man. Okay, so Michael Ross has the King thing. He has been a channel member for quite some time. Fuck you. They're not, nor have they been, investing the thing that a community needs most. And I'm going to say it, and maybe I'll do a separate video on it. All right. I'm going to say what that thing is that a community needs the most. Non-bastard children. In order to grow, the number one thing, the main thing that a community needs in order to grow larger and stronger is non-bastard children. The higher rate a community breeds non-bastard children, then the stronger the community is. Point blank, period. Now, I'm going to go with Lion statistics for a second, right? Lion says 60% of Black women have kids, so 40% don't. Now, let's just say half those kids, even though it's probably more, are bastards, which means that they have a 30% success ratio. Now you take like let's go again with the Mexicans, right? Because they're closest to us on the socioeconomic scale, right? So let's go with the Mexicans. Not only do they have more kids, they have more non-bastard kids than us. So really, we have like what, 30% of this 60%, which is less than 20%. It's like 18%, or it is 18%. The thing that we need to contribute, we need for them to contribute the most, they refuse to contribute at a rate of 82%. 82% of them are refusing to contribute the thing we need to contribute the most. We need them to contribute the most, including, the people who talk the most cash shit. And I'm talking Chrissie, who's not contribute. How many non-bastard kids does she have? I'm talking what's her name? Sinji. How many non-bastard kids is she having? So nobody cares if you divest, because guess what? It's an 82% chance that you wasn't investing any damn way. Point blank, period. So miss me with everything you talking about you losing this investment. It's nobody believes that. And even if they haven't broke it down in the numbers fashion that I like to do, it still hasn't happened. Nobody is believing this crap. All right, so I'm gonna read some super chats, then I'm gonna do some other things. Then I am going to go to movie night. So let me set this up. But it says that's a great point. If you look at the earliest census from the 19th century, you will see that Black population of America was about 22 to 20. Actually, I didn't know that. The information I had didn't go back that far. So if that's true, then the population is going down. And that's because, the better we do, the less children we have. It should be the other way around, but the better Black people do, the more they want to embrace the newfound wealth as opposed to spreading it to the new generation. That's why the welfare moms, have like a bunch of kids. See, okay, if you want to get scientific, and I really don't want to go there, but I think it's necessary. I have deemed it necessary, at least temporarily. There's two types of breeding in the animal kingdom. And this isn't just mammals, this is really all species. This is how species continue their bloodline and continue to strive and survive as a species. It's two breeding tactics that they use. And you can use one or the other or both, but so you can use one and or the other, but you can't do neither. And that is R selection breeding and K selection breeding. Press one in the chat if you know what these things are. I mean, I'm going to explain it anyway, but press one in the chat real quick if you know what these things are so I know how in depth I have to go. Okay, no worries. So, R selection breeding is when a species, like a fish, for example, um, breeds in large numbers. They breed in litters, they breed in schools, they breed, they have dozens and dozens of eggs, because they know that that if they have, say, 40 eggs, probably only 4 will survive. You see this among species with litters and things like that. And the parenting fish don't really look after the newborn fish at all. They eat they'll eat their own children. So that's our selection breeding. And you see it in other species, but fish is just a prime example because they breed very, very, very fast. I mean, but you could say like in ants, roaches, bees, in a lot of species, right? So basically, large numbers, low quality is R selection breeding. And then there's K selection breeding. And K selection breeding is the exact opposite of that, where you breed very few offsprings, but the bulk of your time is spent assuring the survival of said offspring. You put a lot, you breed a few children, but you put a lot of time, resources, and energy into those children to assure that they survive. Because if you lose that one, then you lose your whole bloodline. If you lose that 1, 2, or 3, you lose your whole bloodline. So you put extra effort into it. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. We're definitely gonna talk about that in a moment. An example of case selection breeding would be an elephant. Elephants breed very few offsprings like humans. They breed very few offsprings relative to like fish, bird, things like that. Right. They are pregnant with baby elephants for quite some time before they do it, so they can't really breed like that, and they don't breed in litters as far as I know. So yeah, and they do spend a large period of time showing the young where, and they say elephants never forget because they're taught at a young age, this is where the watering hole is, and for the rest of their life they know exactly where that is, and they know where the graveyard is. So when they feel themselves about to die, they know to go to this spot to die. That's elephants. That's K selection breeding. Now, let's go, said humans are K selection breeders. Some are. Some are. Because remember, K selection breeding requires good parenting. And unfortunately, there are women out there that not only has very few children, like Sinji, if they have any at all, which is a criteria of case selection breeding. They have few children and they raise them like crap. Like smoking weed while pregnant, drinking while pregnant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They don't put their best foot forward in raising these kids. They have them, but they raise them more like a fish, more like our selection. So, in a sense, and this happens far too often in the Black community, you have the worst of both worlds. You have the lack of nurturing that comes with R selection breeding, and you have the lack of numbers that come with case selection breeding. Unfortunately, that's the culture. It would be nice, because an example as it applies to humans of case selection breeding would be like those families that just got one kid, but they use the money that they save from having multiple kids to make sure that this one goes to Harvard. They make sure that this one gets all the piano lessons and everything it needs to not only survive, but excel in society, like Bill Gates' parents and stuff like that. Like, that would be a human example of case selection breeding, a family that has very few children, but they put a lot, into it. And a human example of case selection breeding would be like a welfare mom who, raises her kids in the most dangerous neighborhood that there is, and through all of the drive-bys, out of the 11 kids that she had, 4 survived, and but those 4 are survivors. That would be the human equivalent to like a R selection breeding. We happen to do both. We happen to do the worst of both, culturally speaking. Now, let's flip that over and look at the cultures that do the best of both, and let's see how they're doing. Asian parents, and by Asian I mean Oriental primarily, are reputed for having not only a lot of kids, but they also go out of their way to assure that each of their 5.2 kids or some crap like that gets into Harvard. They do their best to assure that of all the large number of kids that they have, that all of them go to the Ivy League and beyond. Even if it means not buying a Birkin bag and actually using that money towards their tuition. They want to make sure that as many of them as possible pass the MCATs. Now, doing that is how a community not only survives, but thrives and grows. Now, it's unfortunate that our community is not going to thrive and grow unless we do that, or at least one of those things. But the women are not on board. So it really don't matter if they divest at that point because you're doomed anyway. Any species that behaves like that is doomed to fail. It's just a matter of time. The future generations are not going to be of a quality to compete with others, as well as they won't have the numbers to do so. Like ants don't really have to be the strongest insect out of it, in the, insect kingdom, because it's a lot of them. So it's a doomed proposition. The thing that we need them to invest most, they refuse to invest, and they refuse to invest it because if they did, they would lose individual benefits. They would lose individual resources. And we've seen how Six the Goddess was acting on that on my show yesterday, acting about that yesterday. So, so a woman who is a K selection breeder, it means that all of the resources is going towards the children because there's a lot of them, and the family has decided to use a lot of the resources into rearing the children, making sure that they get the necessary tutoring, if need be. If go to private school if you can afford that. The SAT preps, the extracurricular activities, not just the free ones, the one that costs money. Piano lessons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, whatever. Like the time, money, and resources that it takes to be a K selection breeder slash nurturer is exponential. And it requires that the women don't get red bottoms. It requires that the woman don't get the bag. And since it is a combination, it is the best of both worlds, and she has to breed a lot of children, it means that she don't get a hot girl summer in her 20s because she got to start early. Very few people can wait until they're 35 to start having 6 kids. So you have to start early, meaning that you miss your hot girl summer. You miss your whole phase, your thought phase. You miss your sexy red days. You miss all that foolishness. Six the goddess, because you have to begin the process of breeding a lot and securing the quality of that. And it also means that you got to stick with the baby's father because he brings quality to the breeding process. They're not about that life. And I don't even know who the divestors and I mean, I know some of the swirlers like Kristen Cares and stuff like that, but most of these chicks, they either have few kids or no, like they're not doing either. Everything is about their lifestyle. Like, and when I say few kids, here's what I mean by that. They have just enough kids to secure the mate that they have. I repeat, they have just enough kids to secure the mate that they have. Like Tyrese's, like Janet Jackson, Tyrese's baby mama. Well, she just had one. She was one and done. And since that $20,000 a month is going to go to her, she's not K selection breeding either. It's a doomed proposition. And you can't really K selection breed when it takes a village to raise a child and you get rid of half the child's village before the child's first birthday. Sinji, one kid. Her village, she got a village of one. And that one is saying delete all the other kids. Six the goddess, one kid. And these aren't like, 19-year-olds. These aren't young chickens. These aren't spring chickens. These are women who, by the time Big Mama was their age, Big Mama had like 8 kids. So, to divest means to stop investing, to no longer invest. Sweetie, y'all haven't invested anything at all whatsoever. It's an estimated 18%. It's an estimated 18%, success rate. And that 18%, isn't leaving. They're not leaving. They have invested, and salute to them, but they have already invested. In order for them to divest, they would have to divorce their husbands and start to treat their kids like crap, like the other 82%. or somehow push the kids back in the womb into oblivion and have them disappear or something. Like, it's so they've already invested like that. They have contributed the greatest contribution that a woman can give to a community, and that is non-bastard children. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this and then I'm gonna go. Mr. G says, "Why do most Sinji fans think she's childless?" Okay, so it's a rose-colored glass effect. Um, when you are supporting someone's message, you pretend as if the person's flaws don't exist. And you Sinji isn't the only one you see that with. Take well, actually, let's just put it on the other side for a second. Take Martin Luther King, right? Martin Luther King had flaws. If you look at it from a Protestant sense, from a Protestant standpoint, I mean, he's actually named after the founder of Lutheranism, which later turned into Protestantism and Christianity. Um, but nevertheless, he cheated on his wife. He cheats on his wife. He gets some on the side. At least that's what people say. And what did his true followers do? They ignored it. They're like, okay, yeah, he's doing wrong, but I love this man. And I respect his message, so I'm going to push forward with it. And that's the same with Sinji's fans. Like, yeah, okay, I know that this is happening, but I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm gonna pretend like it didn't happen. Same with Derek Jackson. In his talks about, type of man, real man this and real man that, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he turned out to be the person that he is saying that he is above, that he is saying that, black men shouldn't be, while pretending to be the one that, hold on. While pretending to be the one that he is, while pretending to be above all that. But he's not. But his fans ignore that. They ignore that. Mr. G is called the inconvenient truth. It's called the inconvenient truth. So people often ignore inconvenient truths. Like people, and some of them are here, and that's fine, but people who follow Obsidian, for example. Now he says things that directly contradicts what he says in previous things. He's flip-flopped a lot, and he has, worked towards the advantage of the sisterhood in many occasions deliberately. This is an inconvenient truth. So they will ignore these things as Sinji's follower ignores, her behaviors to perpetuate the message that they feel is advantageous to their agenda. And once again, her followers has an agenda to hurt black men every opportunity that they get because they feel wronged by the collective of black men for, and I'm not going to say not wanting them, but they do feel that black men collectively don't want them as much as they want them to want them. I repeat, the general consensus is that black men don't want them individually as much as they want black men to want them, meaning that these women can very likely get a date, but they're not getting the number of prospects that they would like to feed their egos. All right. Mr. G said, "Is it me or is Obsidian live viewers have gotten exponentially low?" I don't know. I know mine's has, but I haven't been like this is my second video, but it's like 2 days in a row, and I've been off for like 3 weeks. So it could be something like that. I don't know if it is. I don't really watch it. Like the last one I seen was the last portion of that last video that I covered, but I don't really listen to them like that. But um, yeah, it's I do feel bad, and I shouldn't, but okay. Here's the thing about the situation with Obsidian, and if his numbers is going down, if his super chats, cash apps, et cetera, is going out down, then it is a bad thing for him. And I'm not going to pretend like I care too much. And that's because the reason why I don't really care too much, but I do, understand that it's an impact, is because for one, this is it for him. Meaning that this is his bread and butter. I have a job, and this isn't me, like stunting on the unemployed brothers or something like that, but this is not this is not all for me. This is not you know the everything for GC. It's not. Just like Anton Daniels, I'm not saying I'm clocking like he is, but YouTube is not his everything. Like lead attorney would still be balling out of control, if he didn't have his YouTube channel. Same with what's his name, Dennis Sperling. Like these are people who would still be okay without their channel. Obsidian, that's not the case. So he does need it more than a lot of the other content creators, a lot more than a lot of the other content creators, including myself. So, I mean, like, if it is diminished and it diminishes below the point of living wage for him, then that would be extremely problematic for him. Now, the reason why I don't feel as bad as I would if it was somebody else, like if it was lead attorney, or if it was, I think mediocre tutorial reviews is full time also. So let's just go with him. If it was mediocre tutorial reviews, right? The reason why I don't really care as much, if at all, is because he has a tendency to shit on others when he's up. And I can never really feel bad about somebody like that. Like I can never feel bad about if somebody likes that. I mean, I don't feel good. I don't like revel in someone else's misery like that, but I don't feel bad either. Okay, put it like this. Here's the best example, right? As everybody know, I worked at a call center in the past. Actually, I worked at a couple of them, right? That's just part of growing up. And oh, actually, this is a perfect story. This is a perfect story, right? So I'm on the phones, and there's for those of you, there's a hierarchy at call centers, and I'll stop at the 2 hour mark. There's a hierarchy at call centers, and the people on the phones are, of course, at the absolute bottom of that hierarchy. And then you have the supervisors, and then the maybe the associate directors or managers, and then it goes all the way up to the call center manager, whatever you want to call that, or the VP, whatever you want to call that. It goes up to one person. So this one guy, he was a VP at one internet company. And to give y'all some context, in the late 90s, we had what's called like a dot-com bubble. This is when the internet was very new and people were getting all kind of loans for anything. You could come up, and I didn't know this because I was very young, but you come up with any idea and the VCs would say, just you could say anything.com, you know, celebrityshitsmells.com, and they would invest in it, and these people would build up these companies, and because the internet was new, it was popular, and it was just going off of steam. It was going off of FOMO. It was going off the fear of missing out on an opportunity to make money. So all of these Ash Jeeves and stuff, they were in the Bay Area and they were hiring big time for call center reps and stuff like that. And it was a good time to be a white guy in your 30s in the Bay Area, right? So he this dude made it to like VP level of one of those startups, of one of those, soon to be bubble burst things. He was at the pinnacle of that, a bit of a jerk. And then they started outsourcing. Like later, this was before, and then companies started outsourcing. They started having people from India, primarily Southeast Asia. The Pacific Islands, I should say. In addition to that, they started outsourcing to other countries and firing the people who, the American people who worked there. And he, being the VP, when everybody else was fired, he was tasked with going to India and teaching these people how to, teaching them the ropes, customer service and stuff like that, thinking that he was secure in doing that. And then when his time came, when they were all trained and everything, they fired him too. So me, I'm young, I'm young. I was still in my teens at the time. But later, I see this man who was like at the top of the, customer service food chain sitting next to me answering the phones. And I gotta say, I would have felt worse for him if he didn't treat the people when he was on top like crap. I would have felt worse if that was the case. Just like I would feel worse if Obsidian collapsed, if he didn't always talk crap about, brothers who make low wages. So that's how I feel about that. That's, if that's the case. It might not even be the case, or, who knows? I don't really know what his pocketbook situation is. It's not really a major concern of mine. So, but yeah, that's that. All right, let me see. Modern Black women's biggest problem is not being able to separate sexual attention from relationship attention. They just see attention and clock it as all the same. Well, that's because that's all they have. Just like a person who is starving, they probably aren't going to be able to tell the difference in, like T-bone versus sirloin or something like that, or filet mignon. It's a non-starter because, then if you are starving, I'm not talking about American starving, I'm talking about, developing country starving, like when people say we'll work for food, it's not a menu there. They just want food. And unfortunately, for a number of reasons, largely, it's feeding off itself. It's like a snake eating its own tail. They are getting very, very, very low attention from men, an extraordinarily low amount of attention. And I know, like, still, even if she's overweight, even if she's, past the wall, so to speak, even if she has a bunch of bastards and stuff, she still gets enough attention to have a sexual partner at any time that she so desires one. But even though that's true, they still do not get enough to keep their ego at stasis. What do I mean by at stasis? So there's a certain level of base happiness that a person needs to feel reasonably fulfilled with any type of positive feeling that they don't necessarily need. Um, you could see this. You could see this feeling with people who are addicted to drugs. Once they take that first hit of a particular drug, controlled substance, whatever you want to call it, then what happens is it raises that base level of happiness to whatever that drug level is. And then, unfortunate, like now, when it goes down, they can't stand it. That's why they Jones. So they need another hit to try to reach that level again. And they keep escalating because, of diminished return, they're not going to get that same level. So they increase the requirement for base level happiness, and it decrease everything else. I mean, they never really reach it again. Now, let's circle this back to Black women. And really any women, but Black women in particular, because the way they're reacting to it is uniquely them. So whenever a guy hits on them, whether they are interested in the guy or not, whether he's high value or not, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, whenever that happens, it does boost their self-esteem. So that becomes the new requirement. If they go to a club, a nightclub, an event, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and let's just say they get a lot of attention, that becomes their base level of male attention that they want. Once again, it doesn't really matter whether they are into these guys or not. Black women want the men that they don't want to want them. Write that down. Black women want the men that they don't want to want them. So once they start getting that, it it is a crash. It is a crash when that type of attention stops. And just like when a person is addicted to a drug and they start crashing, they start, doing more. They start taking more. They start shooting it versus snorting it or what have you. But they start doing more in order to get that feeling, that in order to reach at least that baseline feeling of happiness. So, what do Black women do in order to do this? And this is what's uniquely them. They, some of them make themselves ugly as hell. And believe it or not, in that think, they like, okay, a man has gotten at me even though I'm 100 pounds. So I must have something going on. And that has boost everything. That gives them a stronger boost. That's one thing they do. Another thing they do is they do everything they can to deter a man from hitting on them and see if he does so anyway. That also gives them a greater boost. It also makes them feel better about themselves than just a regular she flirts, he flirts, so he comes and steps over. They get off more when it's like, okay, in spite of everything, but in spite of me, giving him the Q dog face, without provocation, he still came over because he wants my good so bad. So that's another thing that they do to increase that hit, that feeling that they need. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go. But a lot of what they do. Oh, and a third thing is They take anything and then they check off the box. So if a guy, particularly a black guy, if he looks at her for 3 seconds or more, even though it's because, he's a waiter and you're a customer, she takes that as a hit. She takes as much as she can because she's fiending. She takes as much as she can from that experience and count it as he wants some of this good. Now, over time, what has happened is men have come to the realization that they're getting off on that, and men are doing it a lot less, which is a good thing for men. They're building the ego of these broads a lot less. So they are taking different forms of attention. They're basically taking attention any way they can get it. Is it in a nutshell. So that's the end of that. Hopefully I answered all of your questions. That being said, let me see. They're usually so attention depraved because they rarely get it from the men they rarely get it from the men that they really want. I mean, dang, I gotta go. Okay, so let me put this in there. So this is the link to movie night. Feel free to come up. We are going to examine the movie Scarface. We're examining the movie Scarface today. Okay, so they rarely get it from the men that they really want. Yeah, that's part of it. And yet it does hit harder when they get the attention from the men that they really want. But quite frankly, they're not getting it from the men that they don't want either. Like the 90s was their golden era of getting the attention because I was there and I was a part of that. And the reason why I participated in that was because I got results. Meaning that if I, if I knew that if I talked to a reasonable amount of females, attractive females, women were a lot hotter back then I would get a respectable return on my investment. And my investment being just speaking to them. Now, for especially young men, that's not the case anymore. It's not the case anymore. They have really just yeah, it's not the case anymore. So men are like, why bother? And it makes all the sense in the world. If you go somewhere, okay, like so say you go to a supermarket for grapes. Or no, actually scratch that. Let's just say you go to Kentucky Fried Chicken for chicken, obviously. And this one particular Kentucky Fried Chicken in the neighborhood never has any attention. Or excuse me, they never had any chicken. You're like, hey, yeah, let me get a 2-piece. Oh, we're out of chicken today. You want some coleslaw? Like, nah, I came to Kentucky Fried Chicken for some chicken. And then you might do it again a couple of times. But after a while, and they don't have chicken, you're going to stop going to that Kentucky Fried Chicken. You are. And unfortunately, that is what they're experiencing now. It's sad because new generations of Black women are growing into this environment, and they didn't really contribute to the situation as it was. But 1D Forever said it best, like, they awarded attention better in the 90s and early 2000s. Absolutely. And we're not talking about they rewarded it with wives all the time, but they pretty much rewarded it with what you were looking for. I mean, it's only so many times a fisherman can go to a pond and come back with few to no fish, and you expect him to keep going to that same pond. He's eventually going to get the message. The link to movie nights right there. Y'all come up anytime, but He's going to stop going to that pond eventually. That's just nature. That's just part of being a good fisherman. And that's what's happening to them right now. So that's why they're getting far less attention than they want, far less attention than a woman need to have like a reasonably healthy self-image. And yeah, so and that goes to the current state of unhappiness. That's why when they do these hit, that's why people like Sinji and Chrissy and stuff like that. That's why these haters, they have so many followers because they're upset. And keep in mind that there isn't a bad guy, even though they think it is. There isn't a bad guy in this scenario, or really a bad woman. Maybe a regular woman turned bad, but there isn't a bad guy or a bad woman in the scenarios that I'm describing. For the people in the movie night room, in the Zoom room, just bear with me. We'll start after the show. There isn't a bad guy or a bad girl in this scenario, because what's happening is these women are resenting the guys that aren't giving them the attention. But you see, Scarface. Somebody asked what's the movie. The movie is Scarface. Let me tell you why I'm going to do Scarface, because we cover red pill things on movie night. Scarface is subliminally about the red pillities thing that you can do. And the reason why I chose that movie in the context of now is because Obsidian was talking about this. Obsidian sounded very much like Tony Mateo when he's on the mindset of first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Now, Tony Mateo got the money at a much younger age, and he got much better woman. So, I'm going to talk about that dynamic. I'm also going to compare. Also going to juxtapose that with his friend who felt that he could just go around with good looks and sticking his tongue out and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there's a lot of red pill gems in this movie. Definitely going to cover that. So stay tuned for that. And I'm also, to give people time to come up, I'm also going to play some other movies like King Ransoms and stuff, just to give people time. All right. So where was I? It's not a person's fault. And the women don't really understand that because they're going off of emotional hatred. So if you're a guy that just walk past a woman and don't notice her, many of these women who frequent Chrissy and Sinji and people like that, they hate you for that. They hate you for not hollering at them because they want to be hollered at. I had the good fortune of learning at a very young age how bad women want to be hollered at. Picture a young game changer, right? I don't know. I might have even been a virgin at the time. May or may not have been. It was around that age, though. It was around that mid-teen age. I'm at a bus stop on Foothill and High Street, for those of you who are from the town, right? And there was a chick who was on some Miss Parker stuff. She was on some Miss Parker stuff, and like Ice Cube said, she know we be watching. So she was at the gas station. I ain't got no car. I'm at the bus stop. She at the gas station, and this was an adult woman. And she was bent over just perfect with the gas pump in the tank, just pumping away. And I'm looking like, ooh, damn, that is just a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. That is just a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. And she was doing it to where the cars passing by can see her ass in that perfect viewpoint, right? In that perfect vantage point, right? And of course, it being, that time period, I'm pretty sure guys would be tempted to stop and holler, right? That's not the shocking part. The shocking part was she put that nozzle up and then she went across the street and did the same damn thing. So the traffic on the other side can also get a view of what I now, cars just pass by. They don't know that she's doing this because, once you see it and you pass, you're done. But she pumped gas at two stations across the street from each other so she could get more eyes on her on a heavy traffic street. I'm in my 40s now. I was in my teens when this happened. So, do the math, but that's how long ago it was. And this was a chick, she get attention all the time. Like, like hands down, she get it. I mean, she got my attention. She turns heads, she gets attention, but she wanted more. So she did more. They love attention. Attention is sex to them. Yeah, they're doing the same thing today, but I mean, they're never going to satiate. They're never going to satiate because they're going to reach a like no matter how many followers they get, they're still going to count the men that they don't get. Like no matter how many they get, they're going to want more and be disappointed when they don't want more because you're not actually creating happiness, you're creating a new baseline requirement for happiness. So they're never going to be complete. Even the ones with a lot, they're never going to be completely content with that. So that goes to the general unhappiness. My advice would be to find happiness in things that you have control over. But y'all never listen to me. So just continue to go to Sinji when she starts up again and go to Chrissy and stuff and say it's our fault for, not hollering at everything that come their way. Um, yeah, that makes about as much sense as a man getting mad for a woman not being interested in them. Anyway, like to thank everybody, even though I was saying fuck you earlier. Like to thank everybody. Like to thank the Cash Apps and Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers, moderators, and most importantly, members, those who are listening silently and those who participate in the chat. The link to the movie night is right here. And this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.